All right, so since the t-chart is somewhat incomplete, like we talked about in our notes and stuff, we kind of have to look at our calculator to find our p-value and test statistic for a lot of the problems involving population means. So and most of the time we do not know the population standard deviation, so we will be using the t-distribution. So in our calculator, we're going to go to stat, and we're going to go over to test, and we're going to go to t-test. So everything we do is going to be on t-test. Now, if you happen to know the population standard deviation, then of course you would use the z-test. So I'm always going to go to stats because most of the time I'm given information, and then we just really have to fill out these things, and it will give us either our p-value, our t-value, or a drawing of all those. So remember, mu naught is whatever is in your hypothesis. So if someone is telling me the mean is 90 something, then I would say mu equal 90, and I would put 90 there. X bar is for my sample mean. Let's say my sample mean is 100. So that is that's the average of the data I collected. Let's say I collected from 50 people, because that assumes it normality at that point. Now let's say we had a sample standard deviation of 6.1. And again, I'm just making up these fictitious numbers. And let's go ahead and say that the alternative says that mu is greater than 90. Because remember, that top number is where mu equals or whatever the inequality for mu would be. So this is kind of what you put in your calculator. You can hit calculate or draw. I'm going to hit calculate, and you can see this has a really big t-value, 11.59, and a p-value, 5.97 e to the negative 16. Now that just means you're basically moving your decimal over 16 spots, so it's 15 zeros, 597. So really small. So we would really have good evidence against the null for the alternative, whatever that will be. So that's a quick way to use the technology to find this p-value. Again, if you're going to use the chart, the best we could do is kind of find between two what values the p-value lies and go from there with it.